Hey, it's your girl Meek, and I'm back with yet another unwanted opinion. Today, I'm gonna tell the truth, okay? It's time to get into the nitty-gritty because we like to collectively blame women for their poor choices, but collectively, we all, people of color, select the absolute wrong people to add into our lives. And today, we're gonna talk about an ex-NBA ball player. I am not familiar with him at all. I don't know nothing about basketball for the most part. I only know the GOAT, which is LBJ. Cleveland, stand up. That's all I can discuss. I can't tell you none of LeBron's stats. I just know he the GOAT and I like him, and he was born in December like me. That's all I know. But we're going to talk about Joe Smith's wife today. Joe Smith married him a modern woman. These are the conversations y'all don't like having, and I am so glad that this old woman came out and told some of her truth so we can finally pick apart how men also select poor partners to add them into their lives. Add to them. I was going to say add to themselves, but same difference. Y'all pick just as bad women just as much as we pick bad men, and Joe Smith's wife is one of them. Joe Smith's wife is one of them. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I've already watched the clip and my natural reactions were crazy AF, but we're gonna do it together, guys. So this will be the first time that I do a reaction on this channel, so hopefully it goes well. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend, follow me on Instagram, pic_Meek, and I'm on X, pic_Meek. I'm everybody's favorite single mom here, Miss Accountable herself. So let's get into it.
Question is, where's
How
Joe?
are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So, yeah.
Kisha, how long ago, obviously...
First of all, I didn't know her name, but her name Kisha. Her name Kisha. I feel a way about the ghetto name my mama gave me, but y'all, Kisha, he tried to wife of Kisha, so we're gonna start there. He tried to turn Kisha into a housewife, and she doesn't seem to be like Kisha Kayor, like Gucci Man's wife. This Kisha seemed to be very Kisha-like.
We saw in the video that Joe's saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account? Have you had the page?
No, for real, y'all. I keep pausing it because modern woman, because the waterworks are beginning. I really can't believe he left me because I started an OnlyFans. Like, girl. But these the women y'all choose. Just pay attention, y'all.
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife.
Watching this video makes me so cringe. Like, okay, honestly, guys, I only think that men should utilize my Instagram to get to know me as a single woman and when they're dating me online, because my personality can be grasped in my profile. So, you know, I have conservative views. I am a mom, you know, those things you can pick up from my Instagram postings. So it's like my personality can be grasped from it as a single woman. You a married woman who lives with a man. Why you can't let your husband know what you got going on? Like, why you can't say, hey, boo, I started a OF? Like, the excuses is, if he was really paying attention to me, girl, if you was a communicative wife, he wouldn't have had to find out nothing about you from your Instagram. But be mindful, you know, she's trying to put this off on him because if he was a better husband, he would have paid more attention. But if you were a better wife, you would have opened up your mouth.
Period. And, you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And
the fact that this clip is 4 minutes and 55 seconds long, it makes me really wonder how much I'm going to be able to review this, because I keep pausing. Like, I don't know how you guys react to videos. I will commend every single person that does it, because this is not for the weak. I'm so afraid to edit this. But She talking about another woman came in and was like, I did all this digging on her and made it clear to her husband. I do not believe in none of that. First of all, first and foremost, I'm not a part of the sisterhood. Y'all already know women do not stand with me. I don't stand with them. I only stand with the Pick Meeks. Pick Meek Nation, stand up. So if you're not a Pick Me and you don't respect men, when you don't like me. But women in the sisterhood love going after other people's man. Y'all be sitting up here talking about how men cheat. Men wouldn't be able to cheat if some woman wasn't opening up her legs for him to do so. Therefore, all y'all little friends, these little loyalty test page be showing us how loyal these women are, and most women are not loyal to a fault. To a fault, we're not loyal. If we want something and we see something we like and we want to go get it, you better believe we'll tear down another woman to go get it. So stop letting these women trick you. Like, I would never do that to another sister. Yes, she would. She wouldn't think twice about it. In addition to that, because I understand don't no woman got no loyalty, and my man, because I'm going to get a man that's at the top, I already know what these women going to be trying to do to get to him. I'm going to make sure I'm taking care of home so no woman could come in and try to infiltrate on what I got going on. But because a lot of you women are silly and y'all like to do silly stuff like this, y'all leave leeway for other women to come in and make your man happy. This should have never been a reason for him to decide to leave you. No other woman should have been able to come into your life and be able to reveal to your husband that you was out here doing 304 like behavior. That's inappropriate. But all you did was prove to her that you weren't a woman worth standing by. Because if it was me, I was like, y'all be picking terrible women and let me show you how. This is some research that I would have got up. I would have did this digging myself. So it's just like, if y'all want to keep a good man, a man with the money and the man at the top, you better stay diligent, sis. And if you ain't gonna stay diligent, you better believe that there is some woman working behind you to take what you got. Girl, ain't no rest assured. That's why competition is forever. Y'all, but y'all don't like, I'm not competing for a man. Women gonna keep you on your toes.
Secret, Joe's. And I blew it from that. And it's no secret, Joe's financial issues. And I have always made a good life for myself. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, and I came back here, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, other things. But, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same.
I'm very bothered. You guys, I am 1 minute into this clip and I've paused like 4 times. So this is really delusional. It's really crazy for me, because it's like, y'all meet women like this and then at some point you be like, she's a woman worth dating. I don't know how on God's green earth this woman thought in any capacity that this man was gonna wake up one day and become who she thought he was gonna become. Because from the research that I've seen, shout out to MTR, please go watch the video on his page, because he does a better deep dive analysis from a man's perspective on this clip, where we break down where Joe Smith found out that she had the OnlyFans and his reaction, because these modern women ain't got no respect, and she decided to have a conversation with him while on her live. But you have to go to MTR's page to watch that. So shout out to the good brother over there doing a good work. Okay, go watch that one. But in that one, it was a lot revealed. He showed us that Joe Smith ain't never been good with money. Joe Smith was out here buying things that his contract didn't even allow for him to afford. Joe Smith is a typical black man who comes across money and don't know what to do with it. He's what happens to every single one of us who do not have financial literacy. So to me, as a woman who holds financial literacy, if I ever made the decision to attach myself to a man who wasn't equally yoked in that department, which I highly doubt it, I would be trying to make sure that those were the areas where he gained some knowledge. Like, okay, but we can't be out here living like this, because we have to think generationally. We have to, this man, according to her, he was locked out after the 2011 NBA draft. So with that on my mind, it would only be investing, baby. We not putting no money into nothing that don't make no sense. If it doesn't make us money back, we cannot do it. We just cannot. And that's just how my mindset works. So I would also blame her because, well, I won't 100% blame her, but well, it was your choice. Because why would you get with a man that didn't have any financial literacy and literally lived like a broke man with NBA money? Like, to me, that's goofy. I would never select a man like that. You are irresponsible. If you ain't smart enough to think about your future right now, I know you ain't gonna give two S words about mine, and I wouldn't dare put my life in the hands of a man who is financially this irresponsible. But she made the decision to do so. So that's when she should have stepped up and said, you know, this is not going to get us to the end of our lives. Therefore, we need to do better as a couple to make sure we're going to be solidified later in the future. Because having an OnlyFans in your 50s is wild.
Depression is a serious thing also. And depression is a serious thing also. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, you know, I've been doing a lot, like, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of. So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, you know, and he won't do it. So I had to, and I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now?
This is an important statement to pay attention to. Adversity is something that I determine how I can date someone with. My future partner needs to be able to face adversity well, and how he makes his decisions matter to me. So in this instance, I am a single mom. I have been a single mom since I was 18 years old. I have never, and I will never, resort to sex work to provide for my child and myself. I don't care, okay? There are times where I haven't known where my next meal was coming from, and baby, you couldn't pay me enough money for me to get my tail on the internet and expose myself. Not only is that demeaning to who I am, my character, my self-respect, I also have a child running around here. I would never want to embarrass my son by allowing my naked body to be on the internet where he can suffer embarrassment due to my poor decision-making skills. I would never put my son in that position. And a woman that's willing, because like she said, her survival is so important to her, she was willing to make a decision to do that. Those women shouldn't be married. I'm sorry, that's not wife material. There are so many things that she could have done. Go clean the house. Start a cleaning business. She talking about she got all these I don't even understand how you can have multiple properties. You got a trucking company. You got all these streams of income, but somehow OnlyFans was the only way that you can get some money into your household. Honey, please. You are a 304. You missed the attention of a 304. Therefore, you found some 304 activities to do, and you trying to blame it on this man's income. That, from what it sound like, you've been with him for it sound like he ain't had that much money to begin with. That's what it sound like to me. So why all of a sudden now we gotta show a little tail? No, sis, you really genuinely wanted to do it. You wanted to be out here selling your body, and you just making up excuses. Like, just say that. Like, I wanted to show I wasn't getting enough. Being Joe Smith's wife wasn't enough. I needed more attention. Like, just say that. So be mindful of these women. I would say any woman that's willing to do any sex industry work just isn't worth standing beside next to. Don't add her to your program. Go get you a woman who wholesome and who values herself. Like, stop trying to turn these 304s into housewives, because they cannot become housewives, because in their mind, they only resort to 304 behavior. There is nothing else that she could have done. I would never think at 50 I could still sell a piece of my body, because it's old. Like, it's old. I feel like this is genuinely crazy to me, but this is the modern woman, and y'all have got to pay attention to these signs. Y'all be talking about y'all rather take a woman in the SW work over a single mom, but baby, I know a bunch of single moms that ain't never had to sell their bodies, so question that.
When I retired from the adult industry, I promised myself, if I don't sing, I don't eat. So when, you know, my music career wasn't popping here when I left Germany and I stayed here for him, I figured, I would, start a business. I started a puppy friend social club business, a dog sitting business. And then COVID happened and that screwed everything up. I have a moving company, that he actually works for me. Like he works for my moving company. I'm tired of being the one to figure shit out. So I figured it out the best way I know that can maximize the money that needs to come in, because I'm tired of living like,
If I would have interviewed her, if she would have been on my platform, I would have asked her to upload those statements. Because, girl, how much money are you genuinely making where you feel like disrespecting your marriage, your union, your husband, yourself was enough for you to do it? I would love to see how much she's earning. Because how much is self-respect worth? How much does it cost for you to have no value? How much does that cost? How much do I have to subscribe a month for you to lose your values? Girl, please. This is disgusting. Do better. Do better. Shout out to the Do Better podcast. Subscribe there too.
I'm tired of living minimal, It's not fair. And I don't understand how you could have had such a maximized life and be so content. This is ridiculous. But we've been together for almost 13 years though. We've been together since 20.
No, for real, y'all should see the disgust she had in her face, because you won't know how class life anymore. Hypergamy is not a joke with us. Listen, if you get us with money, you better keep that money forever, because it is very difficult for a woman to still see you the same way when you lose who you are. Like y'all be wanting us to maintain this weight and maintain the looks we had as we did when you first met us. We like for the wallet to stay full. We like for the wallet to stay full. Like, sickness and health, through poor and hard times, that's one thing. But baby, if you got me with money and then all of a sudden you don't got money no more and you decide you not gonna go get no more money, that changes the conversation. That's not the same. Like, you ain't the same man I married. You married me under the interpretation of being a provider. Provide. But if you ain't no provider, y'all gotta lead with that. Lead with, now, if he told her up front, like, boo, I'm bad with money, I ain't never gonna give us a stable home, and she decided to marry him anyway, she was a goofy. But shoot, I think that his actions displayed that enough. Like, y'all really gotta watch MTR video, but this man had like 7 cars or something, like cars that he couldn't afford, that was way more than what his contract was, like way more than what he's even earned during his career. So it's like, they covered this man in the news, how goofy he was with his financial decisions. I personally would have never been in that man's face. Like, I'll take a 60K builder over an NBA player who fumbled his whole career earnings. I would. Like, like, is that 60K person ambitious and ready to build? Because if he is, baby, I'm getting on that program way before I get on this one. This is a stupid program. But again, we all make bad choices. She made a bad choice thinking she could get with a man that didn't know how to provide in the beginning, and thinking he would all of a sudden wake up and want to. Girl, he wasn't trying to do it. He was trying to spend his money. He was trying to be ghetto fabulous. Wasn't thinking about no long term. Just the very thought of it makes me cringe. But any man that doesn't consider my future makes me dry up, honey, in every capacity. Like, it's disgusting that you don't think about your future to me. But anyway, back to the clip before I go on another tangent, because I will talk too much, y'all.
12, like after his retirement, and it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout. You guys remember,
Right.
He just never got a new job. Nobody wanted him anymore. So, there was a depression, and I've been going, dealing with all of this stuff, and I'm sorry, I'm not sorry for what I'm doing. I'm just sorry that he can't understand that that wasn't a selfish decision. It was a decision that I made. I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead.
Hold on. She said that he called the decision selfish. And she said, I ain't selfish because We only have 4 minutes left. How? Because I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead. Sis, spare me. You really just made that up. He was never leading. He was never leading to begin with, comma. That still was a conversation that needed to be had. That's your marriage. That's your husband. And if something is going wrong within your union, it is your responsibility to address it with the other person that's in that marriage with you. But instead of having a conversation and saying, hey, boo, we're falling and we're drowning, you made an executive decision single-handedly, which makes it selfish, to go get on OF. Ma'am, you were selfish. I cannot believe you really just sit up here and tried to play in our face like you wasn't this selfish woman. You are 110% selfish. I would have left you. I don't care. I would have left you. You selfish. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you were selfish. I agree with Joe Smith. You were selfish. You didn't consider the union. As a wife, it's your responsibility to make sure to think about how all parties will be affected in your choice making. So if your decision affects the whole group negatively, that's something that you should have reflected on before making a decision. I don't think that they have children because they met each other so later in their life. Like she said, they've been together since like 2012 or 13, like, or whatever. So something is early, like that's only about 10 years ago. That's not a long time. So they didn't have children. So it's just like that man was fully developed in who he was. Like he was everything that he was gonna be. So it was like if he had a career for that long and got locked out of the NBA and baby he ain't had no investments by then, boo, he wasn't gonna get none. Like you can't be mad talking about he fell into a depression, boo. He had all of the NBA time to do it. Like access with money. There are financial advisors all over this country. Ain't no way in heck I would have all access to all that money and all I could do is buy a car. I'd be in somebody's face somewhere trying to figure out, calling Warren Buff. Hello, Warren Buff. What should I invest into with my NBA money so I can take the F off? Ain't no way I'd have been, I need a Bentley. Yeah, cars depreciate the second you take them off the lot. If you don't know, I'm telling you today. Like, cars lose like a third of their value as soon as you purchase them. So it's like, unless you're buying a car that literally earns money as it's driving on the road, which is usually none, it's stupid to buy a bunch of them. He didn't buy a bunch of properties that he could have rented out and capitalized off of. Like having properties anywhere in these last 10 years would have been a good idea. Even having them for 10 years and selling them now would have been beneficial because most communities are in the process of gentrifying. And then these houses are going for 2-3 times the value that they would have went for 10 years ago. So this man is a goofy. His wife was a goofy. And I can tell that nobody over here knew anything about any money because they made goofy decisions. Like, what's the point of having 5 businesses if none of them make the money of one? That's stupid. Who gonna work all them businesses? These people is dumb to me. I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm really sorry. I was not trying to be that rude, but these people lack intelligence to me. Like, I think everybody in this situation is silly. So, let's get back into it, because again, I'm ranting. I'm so sorry.
I really love Joe. I love him. If he never speaks to me again, I still will do things to help him or whatever I can because he's my family. You know, he's like an intricate part of my life and I just want the best for us. And I wish he wanted that also. That's really where I'm at. You know, I wish that he wanted the best for us.
This is so irritating. I wish he won. How is OnlyFans the best for the family? How is OnlyFans the best for the marriage? How is showing every man that subscribes to your platform my goods benefit for the family? How does that help us? In addition to that, I'm gonna go off tangent a little and discuss a catfish that I watched. So it was a catfish that happened where this man was being catfished by another man who was stealing pictures from a woman's OF and used like all her news. He followed her on Instagram and then he followed her on OF. So every picture you could think of, he's sending them off to this man. This man at the time was unemployed and was taking money out his savings to send to this girl that he thought he liked, the catfisher. Come to find out, we all get on catfish screen together, and he's like, I was teaching you a lesson on how to not be scammed out here. Sir, first of all, that was stupid. Second of all, this is the risk that you put yourself in when you decide to go on the internet and be an OF woman. So some man out here collecting money from other people with your pictures, putting you in danger. Just suppose this man would have ran into her in public and wanted to demand his money back, and he was the type of man to put his hands on women. Making the choice to literally expose yourself in these situations, how does that help the family? What if somebody traces down your IP address, because it can happen, because this new technology is no other. What if somebody track down your IP address, show up to your home, to where your husband at? How does that protect the how does that help the overall family as a whole? It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. And it's just like, y'all better start asking these women the right question. Y'all better start calling them women's. Y'all better start asking them. Y'all better start, because how low is rock bottom? Let me give you some questions to ask. How low is rock bottom for you? You know, what's the least amount of money we can have before you would resort to ungodlike behaviors? Get them questions out. Like, it ain't no amount of money that I can reach to make me do ungodlike behavior. I got a nice family. Y'all. I didn't have no job from when I not have a job. I didn't have a job from 2000. When was the pandemic? That's crazy. I remember the pandemic. City opened in 2020. So I lost my job the day before Cleveland opened back up. Lost my job the day before. So the city opened up May 15th. I lost my job May 14th. And then it took me until July 2021 to find a part-time job. I refused to get the shot. I'm not letting them inject me with that. Say what you want, but I'm woke enough to know I wasn't letting them put no poison in me. It do not be that fast to get no vaccination. In addition to that, we don't like talking about the truth with the vaccinations, but it's a reason why we are seeing an increase in autism, and it ain't got nothing to do with the food we just eating. So, let's be clear. So, I wasn't about to go get no job that required me to do that. And unfortunately, it was a whole bunch of jobs that was doing that. So my family, thank God for the Hales, because them people kept me afloat. Them, God, and the cake business. Like, my cake business did decent, but it was never doing well enough where I could pay all of my bills. And where I fell short, my family picked up the pieces. So I didn't have to go get on nobody's block. I didn't have to turn around on nobody's pole, and I ain't have to sell a little thing for $40. Mama was good. I'm sorry, like, I've been broke. There have been times where I didn't eat for days at a time because it was only enough food to feed my son. I wasn't going to do nothing with my mouth to feed him. I ain't going to lay down on my back to feed. I'm not. I get on the corner and beg before I would do that. Baby, I will make you a cake. Boo, I will draw you a picture. Do you need your house painted, honey? I am something like a maid. You need me to come clean up? I'm not about to sell. I'm not selling you my body. My body is priceless, and I'm not selling it. Like, the only thing I can give you this body for is literally nothing I can think of, because I don't have a monetary exchange for it. Like, there is no monetary exchange. So it's just like, no. Y'all better start asking these women, how much does it cost? How much it costs? Because most of these women got a price. And she clearly had a price. She named 5 businesses, so I can only help but to think she's not broke AF, but there was clearly not enough money for her to feel like those were enough to sustain her. So, ask them what they willing to do. And ask them what strange have you done for some change? Are you willing to do anything strange for some change? Do you think being on the internet with your tail out while in a marriage or a relationship is appropriate? If she think it's appropriate, don't date her. I don't care. Take her from me. She is not a wife, and she's never going to be a wife. And why waste 10 years of your time to see when life get real to see if she's a wife? I'm telling you today, she's not. She's not a wife. She's never going to be a wife. And stop wasting our time. Didn't want to get on this internet complaining y'all can't find no good women. No, y'all choose the terrible ones. This terrible woman.
That's because he's not really wanting the best for himself, so I can't expect him to do for him what he can't do for himself, I guess. And that's why I just did what I had to do.
Have you drawn that line in the sand that you will continue doing OnlyFans?
Unless something else happens that, changes that, no, I'm going to continue my OnlyFans.
And that's why I say the tears is fake. Because if you sad that this man left your house and he mad because of OnlyFans, why would you never get rid of your OnlyFans unless something else happened? Y'all, these OnlyFans girls done already told us that you only make money when you in the top 10%. The other women are not making no money. Y'all really think that this woman that's in her 50s is in the top 10% of OnlyFans? Y'all really think that? And if they are, let me tell you right now, I ain't gonna become an OnlyFans person, but I will become a pimp. Is pimp not allowed to say on YouTube? I probably can't say that. I would absolutely become a manager. I will start managing these women away on OnlyFans if all of y'all can go make some money. If all of y'all can go make some money, let me know now. Like, if y'all doing it and y'all need help, if you need help with your OnlyFans business plan, I'm a manager. I'm a manager. I know how to market. I know how to get you to capitalize off of your OF money. Yep, that's what I'm about to tell you today. I would absolutely become a manager for these women if y'all making that much, but I don't think y'all making that much. I don't think y'all making that much. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. Because what Black China say? Black China younger than her. Black China younger than her. Black China said that the OnlyFans wasn't taking care of no bills no more. But meanwhile, I'm supposed to believe this man's old 50-year-old white. Come on now, stop playing with me. It's not making sense. The math ain't mathing. Y'all be lying. Y'all be lying.
Individually, he needs counseling.
You need counseling. She need counseling. She need counseling. Talk about he need counseling.
I think as a couple and just him individually, he needs counseling to help find out how to re-find himself and find his new place in the world. It's really hard once you've had a major career. You were the #1 draft pick, and then everything ends. How do you deal with that? I don't want to be alone, but if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. But I don't think we'll have a divorce. I don't think so. I think he'll come around.
She said she don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone, but I'm not willing to change. Compromise is important when you're in a relationship. Respect is very important when you're in a relationship, and this woman clearly doesn't respect her husband or the union of her marriage. Y'all got to start digging. Y'all have got to start digging deep on these conversations with women, okay? Self-respect goes a long way. And if I do not have self-respect for myself, y'all need to start understanding that they will never respect you, okay? If I am walking around willing to show all of my goods to anybody because they want to look at them, I'm not going to respect you, brother. I don't give a darn about what you talking about. And y'all have to understand that that's just the mindset of these women. No, you cannot turn a 304 into a housewife. You cannot turn a woman who has these 304 qualities into a housewife, because for her, it's not just an attention-seeking thing. It's attached to attention, but it's also attached to her, how she values herself. She doesn't think that she's obviously capable of doing anything but being on her back and selling her tail. Like me, I know my value is in my mind. I know you can't get much from my body. Like, my body gonna get old, it's gonna age out. But my mind is where the money is at, baby. I'm an asset. I don't care. That's what I refuse to be a liability, and this is liable. This is liable to the family. There is nothing beneficial about having no woman in your life who's selfish enough to destroy the unit, all because she need a couple dollars. I'd have took out a loan. I could think of so many other things I would have did over selling my body on the internet. But y'all want to love OnlyFans women, and this is what I be talking about, right? I can't tell if she's a mom because she's older. Let me do a quick Google search, y'all. Let's see. I got the cell phone, so let me see. I'm not an investigation journalist. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like this is my expertise. I don't like doing research in this capacity, especially on people. I don't care about people. I like numbers and stats much better than these people. People are really weird. But anyway, I can't find a single article that reflects that she's a mother, so I could only think that she's not a mom, and maybe that's why her thought process is a little bit different. But I don't care, y'all. Choices matter. And at 52, they talking about these people got married in 2018. 52, and she was a former adult star when they got married. She was old already with a former adult star career. She acted and she sang. She went on tour with Drew Hill, lived in Europe, did all this other stuff before she came here and decided to become a corn star. Y'all crazy as heck. I don't know what Joe seen in her, but Joe clearly didn't have no woman of value in his life, because Joe sat up here and picked the worst loser to give his legacy to. Too bad it wasn't much to give to, huh? You know, in this instance, I would say birds of a feather flock together. She ain't had no sense, so she got with a man who didn't have no sense, but still in the same breath, get some sense, fellas. No, for real. No, in all seriousness. This is an example of how men select bad women just as much as women select bad men. Like, it's no way. This woman was big in her age. When we get a certain age, we usually let you know what we gonna do and what we not gonna do. Like, I got my list. Most women did. Once we hit 30, we know what we want and we know what we're willing to tolerate. This one was willing to do an adult role in her late 40s, like early 40s, past 30. I can only imagine the 20-year-old she was. Like, she was unhinged. I don't believe for 1 second that she wasn't. And then instead of taking that as a sign to leave her alone, he took that as a sign to give her his name and attach her to him. Crazy to me. I will be making sure that once I get done recording this video, that I let my son know not to ever date a woman who has recorded herself doing anything adult-like on a camera, because that's not okay. Like, what's happening in the sanctity of a bedroom shouldn't be filmed for the internet. It just shouldn't be. And you should not want to expose your body to the internet. You should have more respect for yourself. Like, I take pride in being able to say, not too many men have seen me naked. I take pride in being able to say, you can't catch me on the internet naked. I genuinely take pride in those things. Like, this cleavage is the most that I can give y'all. Like, I'm not getting on here to serve y'all no booty. I'm just not. Like, checks is nice, but if your morals are attached to financial benefit, that says a lot about a woman. I would not date a woman who morals and self-worth is attached to financial gains. If I cannot say I am a woman who's worth something, and it doesn't matter how much money I earn, how much money I can give a man to give me, I'm worth something. I have self-respect, okay? I can just say that. All right. I bring absolutely more to the table than just a little bit of kitty cat. And y'all be getting caught up on these ones. Like, pay attention to that. If a woman only showing you the sexual side of her, we can't have no conversations other than my body and sex. It usually means that she's a woman who doesn't hold substance. When the going get tough, she gonna open her legs. Like, these are the type of women that you can't even leave around other men, because if they say the right things and if they offer the right amount of money, she ain't your woman, she y'all woman. So, be mindful of these decisions. I don't think any woman that's on the internet willing to sell her body as a wife. It just doesn't coincide. It's literally a contradiction, because a wife has self-respect, and it's impossible to have self-respect for yourself and to expose something as sacred as your body to random strangers. It's impossible. It doesn't run hand in hand. So stop dating OnlyFans girls. Stop it. Stop dating SW women altogether, right? Just stop. Y'all want to sit here and question the single moms who made mistakes, because there are women who actually just made mistakes. Me, I'm one of them. And y'all will look at me at a worse light than a woman who's willing to sell her body. And I don't understand how you can do that, because some of us were actually put in positions where we didn't have a choice. We had to have a baby. It was too late to abort. It was too late to take a plan B, and we ain't had no other option. Like, sometimes that's real life for people. So for y'all to put us in a below category over a woman that's willing to sell herself because life is hard is crazy to me. That's real crazy to me. I think that's real stupid. I think that we should change the tables a little, and it's like a lot of people like, that's because you're selfish and you want to get your goal out too. You want your type of women to be stop being overlooked, and you, gosh darn Skippy, I want that. I am so sick of y'all acting like every single woman who made the mistake of having a baby before she was married is the same, when we not. It's real easy to separate us baby moms from the women of value and non-value, because I'll tell you, a woman who learned her lesson has one baby. We don't go out and have a bunch. A woman who understands that it's not beneficial to keep bringing children into this world without a father in the home, we usually don't have a bunch of them. So, single moms of one who typically have them under the age of 22. I gotta bring my breakdown of single moms to the YouTube. I did it on Instagram, but I didn't do it on YouTube. So I have to bring it to YouTube. But any woman that's had a kid before 21 was really young and dumb. If you are a 22-year-old woman who's had access to health insurance, your own money, and the ability to make free will, and you had a baby with a man, you was old and stupid. You was old and stupid, and you make bad decisions. And those are the women that you need to be paying more attention to. Because being young and making a decision is not the same as being a woman whose frontal cortex is fully developed and still out here acting goofy. Such as this woman. Such as this woman, grown AF, out here on OnlyFans like that was, I'm gonna do what I can to sustain myself. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I sell cake out this house, and the cake ain't between my legs. I can make you a custom cake today, baby. Like, I'm not ever about to do this. Y'all, and I would be the CD man. I would sell loose cigarettes. I would sell flash drives with music on it. Y'all, I would go to the store and steal some Dove and try to sell that before I try to sell my body. I can think of a whole bunch of stuff I would try to sell you my car. I would try to sell you my mama. Probably try to sell you my sister too. But 2 for 1. But I ain't selling you me. I would not sell you me. I tell you, I ain't for sale. But I got a bed in here you could buy. I got an air conditioner for sale. I got a nice little furniture set. I would get rid of everything in my house before I sit up here and trade me. But I'm a single mom and I make bad decisions, and no man is worth being with me. But somehow these women who sell their bodies on the internet stay with a man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all can't never make that make sense, lovey. But you know, this was your girl Meek. I was here with an unwanted opinion. I was here with a rant. I talked a lot. Unwanted opinion. Okay, so let me do my exit. Let me just close this out. This is your girl Meek. I am back with yet another unwanted opinion. Unwanted opinion. Men choose poorly also. Stop selecting trash. If you are a man of value, stop trying to pick women up from out the gutter and take them to the top with you. Understand that your decision in choosing a woman should be based off of class and status also. And a woman that's willing to sell her body online is classless. She does not have a good status. You do not look respectable as a man showing up into a room with a woman that every man has seen naked online. You do not look respectable as a man walking into a room with a woman that I can easily gain access to. You don't look respectable with a woman who can trade her value for any dollar amount. You don't look respectable. How much it costs for a night with your wife? If your wife got a price, baby, you a goof. You a goof. But y'all be like, y'all explain that to me. Explain. Somebody please let me know why more OF women have husbands, boyfriends, and men in their lives than women who made silly mistakes. And it's not a silly mistake, but one mistake. How is it that selling your body is more respectful than a woman who got a kid? Just let me know. Let me know. You know, it's all types of mothers, but I mean the mothers that's out here handling business. I mean the mothers that's making things happen. I mean the mothers whose children reflect good mothering, not mothers whose sons look like little pookies. I mean good moms. I mean good moms that go day in, day out to make sure their children have what they need, and they're doing everything that they can to make sure they're not putting another statistic out here on the street. Why do those women get to be at the bottom, but we glorify these type? And again, y'all be trying to act like I be talking crazy, but this woman is on the OnlyFans and a former porn star and has a husband. Has a husband. And not just any husband. She has a husband that had access to $61 million. Somebody gonna have to answer to me how this woman ended up with a man. An old woman at that. That just clearly shows that men are into the 304 culture more than they want to admit. And it's like, brothers, I'm here. I advocate for y'all. But somebody gotta speak. Somebody gonna have to stand up in the back of the congregation and explain to little old Meek why this woman got a ring and why single moms can't. Let me know. Somebody needs to tell me, because, yep, I'm selfish. I'm pushing my agenda and my movement, and I want a man, and I want to know, how is it that OnlyFans girls can get a man before me? How is it that I am looked more down upon for my mistake at 17, by the way? My son was conceived at 17, and I have been told that they can't get past that. But y'all getting past a 47-year-old porn star? There's some answers that needs to be done. Stop dealing with these women and show you up front that they are worthless. Stop it. And stop blaming all of us when you make the decision to deal with them. Because just like we make the decision to deal with the no good men, y'all make the decision to deal with the no good women. This woman should have never been on the radar of this man. They shouldn't have never been in the same rooms, but somehow they were in the same rooms. And instead of going to look for the wife, he went and looked for the Kisha, okay? And Kisha did what? What a Kisha does. Sell that cat. I'm sorry, Keishas. Like, I don't know no Keishas. And no offense to the Keishas, because Kisha Kaora definitely give y'all a good name. And it's like, all y'all be out here trying to talk about how y'all can take a man money and flip it, but I don't know. Kisha Kaora ain't sell no tail, I tell you that. She was out here swinging them waist trainers. And that's what I mean. We all get choices. That woman got a banging body, and we ain't seen her on OnlyFans yet. We can say a lot about how she allegedly neglected her children. She chased Gucci around. I tell you one thing, she ain't disrespected that man on no public platform yet. She ain't never made nobody think twice about that man and his position in this world. And lastly, we don't know what she looked like. I don't know if she looked like naked. I can't tell you what it's like to explore the intimate areas of her body. So if you gon' choose a Kisha, if you must be with the Kisha, get you a Kisha Kaora who has the ability to invest and flip some money. Do not get you a Kisha who, when the going get tough, she gets on OnlyFans. It's your girl Meek. That was my unwanted opinion. I hope to see you guys next time. Be sure, again, to like, subscribe, share with a friend. Tell y'all friends about me, because I'm everybody's favorite single mom. Miss Accountability herself, and I'm here to keep us all accountable and keep y'all out the faces of the OF fans models. But until next time, bye.